So I'm trying to enable and disable this field. When I choose the status like married with children, the field of children will be enabled. But there's a problem with this select component, because when I choose one option, they just save the first the variable before. Like if I choose divorce without children, the field of children will be enabled. But when we saw in inspect element console, the variable the state name children is saved with 3. It means uh, they just save with the married with children. So that's my problem, and here's the this code I will show you. This is please choose your status 1 until 7. It represent every this option, and when we select them, they will call a function named setChildren when and showing the number, and this is console to showing the number of selected status of marital, and after that they call disable enable children. I will show you about the set children. Where's the set children? Oh, before that, this is the state children, and set children means the number of uh, the number of marital status that already choose. And the second is disabled child. Disabled child means the variable will be used to enable and disable the component of field of the children. And sorry, after that, set children means this function will be change the variable the state name children based on the number of EE, means the selected option we choose on the component on this component marital status. And disable enable children is the function when if the children equals to 3, means married with children, divorced with children, and widowed with children. They will be set the state of disabled child to false. But if it doesn't, that will be set the disabled child keeping it true, make it true. So after that, after we disable we get the variable the state of disabled children, we use it on make it disabled. If the disabled child is true, then the component will be disabled, and if not, there will be enabled. But the problem is the the state of children will be changed to the previous number or the previous selected option. That's the problem.
Handy. So now let's find out why this problem happens. I want to make sure that I know what React is reading when there is a change in this select component. Okay, so let me see that when I choose here, it says 4 here, so it's in line 200. Okay, so it says here the console of the children. All right, and so that's a good way to show what's happening. So all right, first there is a on select a value here. So okay, and option data, right? Okay, okay, which we will get to this later, but it's showing the status. Yeah, the status according to React in the current state. Yeah, okay, relationship. Okay, and then I want to also post here, put in the log for the next state. And this will be E. Okay. So now when I save this and I check here, the problem will become clear that when I choose, this should be 1, 2, 3, right? Now, it says that relationship status in the current state is null, and then for the next state is 3. Okay. So what happens here, the problem is when we call set children, okay, set children is in use state. Yeah. So when we call the set here for the next, this is setting for the next state. So it will take effect after the UI is rendered again for the next time. So you cannot, so it's still in the future, okay? It's still in the future. So if you want to use a value that is just selected currently, then that means you need to use the selected value, which is here is the E1, okay, not the value of the children, which is in the state. Okay. So all right. So before I do that, because if you want to have a number there, so I would say that useState here to make it clear can be a number, yeah, number or undefined, I guess. So I can say defined here, right? So to make this without error, yeah. So the typing is correct. Doesn't change anything here. So what should be done? Okay. First, if we want to fix it, it's quite simple. First, we can use this disable enable children to use the number. All right. So we can say, yeah, we can say parse int here. And key is a please choose your status. All right. Okay. Then we select here is the default value. I think because the option is not quite clear. Right, so I can say, yeah, this. Okay, so it expects now you should pass this one to the function. So let's see that this function, instead of just reading from the children, it should say here, okay, for example, this one is a number, right? Okay. So this is all right. Okay. So now when we do this, that means the new value, okay, or undefined, yeah. Okay. Because it can be undifferent, so put this here, right? So relationship and something there. Let's say that relationship is not equal to undefined. Right. Okay. And now what happens here is that when I choose the status, someone with children, then it will be enabled, right? Okay. And when I choose single here, then it will be disabled. Okay. So that's good. I would say that this probably should be hidden instead of disabled, but right. So this works. Now the question is, okay, so this is the first phase in making it work. However, this is actually not the proper way to solve this problem. Okay, so what is the proper way to solve this problem? The proper way to solve this problem is to have, so the disabled state here should not be a state at all. Why? Because it depends on uh, the selected value here, right? It depends on the selected value of which one is it? Of the select here. Okay, so this select here, and that selected value is also called the state uh, of children. Okay, this one. So actually, whether it's disabled or not depends entirely on the selected children. So what I mean by this? What I mean by this is that this should not be a state at all. So let's take a look at how it works, the proper way to solve this problem. First, I'm going to comment this entire state of disabled child because it is not needed at all. Okay, and you can see when I comment this, then we will have errors. All right. So because there is disable enable children function that needs to be called to update. Okay, I will also comment this one, right? Okay, and then I will have another error here, right? Okay, that's a different one. and okay, and then this one is disable enable children. I'm going to comment this one again. All right. Okay, and next one is that. All right. So now I have this. The child is disabled. 247. That will be this one. Okay. So how do we use this? Okay. So how we use this one is actually because it depends entirely on the uh, on this state. We can't just put that right below. Okay. Const disabled child, and as you can see, the logic for it to be disabled uh, is if it's anything other than 3 or 5 or 7, then it will be disabled. All right. Okay. So I can say that it is disabled if it is null, or okay, if children is undefined, or that it's not part of 3, 5, or 7. Okay. So I hope this logic is clear. All right. Not, yeah. I would say that it is not here. Okay. Okay. So the input for number of children will be disabled if it's undefined. The relationship is undefined. I would say that this is also that variable naming should be relationship, okay, or status. But so the relationship or status is undefined. Maybe I can just change it now. Right? Okay, relationship status, just to make it very clear. Okay, can I save it now? It's showing, all right. Okay, so if relationship status is not selected, then it will be disabled, or that it's not 3 or 5 or 7, then it will be disabled. Okay, there is not here. Okay, so I would say that because the one that has children is 3, 5, or 7. Okay, so let's check it out whether this one line of code works. So for example, first it is undefined, right? It's not selected, so this one is disabled. And then when I choose without children, it's still disabled. Okay, you can see here the current state is undefined, next state is 2. Now let me try to select the 3 one. All right, the next state is 3, and now I can input the children. And when I change it to without again, this is disabled. When I change to with children, it's enabled. When I change to without children, it's disabled again. Change to with children, it's now enabled again. Okay, so actually the solution is so much simpler if we just use the React way of doing things. Okay, this is the importance of understanding how React component lifecycle works. Okay, so let me check it out. Data render should be here. Sit here. All right. So okay. So actually, what happens before is that so this component first it renders the component, and then it goes back. All right. So it's in this render phase. It should be which one? Component state. Yeah. Right, which one is it there? Okay. Which one is the most easiest way to understand this one? Okay. Re-rendering. Okay. Is it? Probably is, yeah. Let's see. Okay, so this is actually what's happening. So at first we are still in the first UI, and then when our component is changed, okay, so when our component is selecting here, so what happens is that this function is called, right, set state of relationship here. Okay, this is from useState hook, right? So because this state is changed, then after that the React will do a re-rendering with the new state. Okay, so but this happens at the next state, at the next re-render. So that means after this is called and then everything is done, and then React will call this function again, and then this will get the new value. Again, this is at the next render. And after it gets the new value, then that means we can use this new value to calculate the disabled child. And then down below, then we can do the rendering for that. Okay. So just to make this point really clear now, I will make console log again. So I will name this re-renderer. Make sure that every time that you do a console log, don't just log the value, but put some text in it so you understand what you are logging to the console. Re-rendering with relationship status is relationship status, and then also disabled child is equal to, okay. So I hope after and putting it here, this becomes clear. Right. So let's start it from the beginning. Now see here that the first re-rendered relationship status is undefined and disabled child is true. Now when I click this one and then I choose married with children, okay, so you can see it does another re-render. So first it clicks here, still the current state is undefined, and the next state is tree, and then at the next re-render it becomes re-rendering with relationship status in tree, disabled child is false, and now you can enter the disabled child. Okay, so I'm handy and I hope that explanation is useful. If you want to code in React and front-end UI, and you need to do some state and prop dynamic changing in React. See you.